India's parliament has adjourned for the year, ending a month-long session that saw repeated disruption, protests and even a scuffle between parliamentarians. Despite a few crucial bills being introduced in the House, very little business was transacted this time, as Ishan Garg tells us from New Delhi.
Just like nearly every other day this session, the last day of parliamentary proceedings saw both houses being adjourned within 15 minutes of reconvening. Opposition benches raised slogans against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, demanding the Home Minister resign for insulting the architect of India's constitution. The government benches protested this and no business was conducted. The sitting began a month ago with India's main opposition party, the Indian National Congress, demanding a debate and an investigation into Mr. Modi's ties with industrialist Gautam Adani. Now, Adani companies have been named in a corruption lawsuit in the US, and the government has neither commented on the indictment nor has ordered a probe in India. Modi's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party hit back, accusing the Congress of trying to destabilize the country by colluding with deep state and anti-India forces in the US, claiming the Congress was working with American billionaire George Soros, who has been critical of Modi in the past. The claims even forced the US State Department to issue a rare statement, calling the claims disappointing. Political analysts say the 2024 general election results, which saw Modi come back to power but with a much reduced mandate, has in a way led to the parliamentary stalemate seen this month. Analysts say both sides are still aiming to take control of the national narrative.
They are not very sure about the mandate and they just want to figure out what exactly it is. Until that point of time, they're just trying to hold up any narrative, political narrative, which they feel is working for them. And that is ending up in some kind of weird logjam in the parliament.
This has meant that a number of pressing issues have been ignored. There has been no discussion on the ethnic clashes in India's northeastern region of Manipur, which saw fresh violence last month. The issue of record levels of air pollution across North India was also absent from Parliament's agenda. But the ruling BJP did propose a crucial but controversial legislation in this session called the One Nation, One Election Bill. The aim is to hold national and regional elections in India simultaneously, a move the government says is aimed at cutting costs and ensuring the country isn't in perpetual election mode. Critics say this bill will help Modi, who has fared better in national polls than regional ones. Protests erupted once again, with opposition parties demanding the withdrawal of the bill, but it has now been sent for further consultation to a joint parliamentary committee.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्वयं मंशा व्यक्त करी थी कि इसको जेपीसी को देना चाहिए. इस पर विस्तृत चर्चा सभी स्तर पर होनी चाहिए.
Disruption ensued once again the next day after opposition parties launched a protest against Minister Amit Shah's comment about Indian freedom fighter and Dalit leader B.R. Ambedkar.
अंबेडकर जी का अपमान किया है, उसकी अपॉलॉजी होनी चाहिए और रिजाइन करना चाहिए होम मिनिस्टर को. और जो मेन मुद्दा है, जिसको ये मिटाना चाह रहे हैं, घुमाना चाह रहे हैं, मेन मुद्दा है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मित्र अदानी जी के खिलाफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में केस है, उनको वहां इंडाइट किया गया है और अदानी जी को नरेंद्र मोदी जी हिंदुस्तान बेच रहे हैं.
Some BJP MPs have now filed a police complaint against Rahul Gandhi for allegedly assaulting a BJP MP during protests this week. He denies this but faces multiple charges with punishment up to 7 years in prison if found guilty. All eyes are now on the budget session, which will be held in February next year. It will be crucial to see if the political logjam continues into the new year too. Ishan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.